Hello, beautiful people. It's Robin Thomas here with Resemble Me by Robin. Welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be installing my baby boy's Samson locks today. So this is the end result. If you are interested in how I got here, which took me 3 tries, stay tuned. Okay, so this video is actually me showing you what his hair looks like after. So when I started his locks, it was actually a random Sunday. We have been growing his hair out so that we can start his lock journey. But one Sunday we were sitting down just kind of watching TV, and my husband was like looking at his hair and stretched it out. I was like, man, go and lock my boy up, man. And so I said, well, let me just see, So I went ahead and started parting them. We knew that we wanted to do thicker locks because Denzel he doesn't really necessarily like people in his personal space. So kids are already like tender-headed and kind of don't want people touching them. But with Denzel and him being autistic, he really does not like being overly agitated. Like you can't just tell him like, hey, we're doing this is why, and then he's like, okay, I'm good with it. Like, no, he needs to know everything that's going on, and he doesn't like to be hurt in the process. So I had to be extremely cautious about introducing this style to him because, of course, whenever it comes to retwisting and stuff like that, I want to be able to do it and his locks to come out, looking nice. So first I had to get him comfortable with the process of even getting his hair done. So the first time I installed it, I did take out a comb to use. I just had a regular comb. I didn't have a lock comb because personally I wasn't thinking I was going to put his locks in the day that I did. So I had a regular comb, which is like the purple comb you see me parting with. But I was mainly just using my fingers as I twisted his hair. The reason I did that was because I was already using the comb to stretch out his hair. And that was irritating him. Again, what I'm explaining to you is not in the video right now, okay? So don't get confused, like, what is she talking about? So when I used... I had to detangle his hair as much as I could, and then I just used my fingers to actually twist it to make the lock, which is what you've seen in the beginning. Now, I put that in, and because I didn't have the comb to like really neatly set and secure the locks like you've seen in the beginning of the video, like showing you what the end of this is going to look like, I wasn't necessarily pressing. I really needed to get him to get comfortable again with me being in his head. So I let him continue to play, let him continue to do whatever he did. I did have a do-rag for him to put on at night, but he just was somebody with a new style, a kid with a new style, period. But then Denzel at that is like, okay, this is too many rules, too many restrictions. So I just had to really ease him into it. So instead I just used my fingers, but they weren't laying down the way that I needed them to. And so the second time I went in to do his locks, I did use a comb, and it did help me. And then that is what this is. So this is the second time of me really trying to straighten out his parts as much as possible. They were slanted a little bit in some areas, but baby, listen, we're going to pick our battles, okay? We're not about to, it's not that serious. So this is what it looks like again with me only using my fingers to twist around because the comb that I had is not a starter lock comb. So I wanted to show you what it looks like, right, if you just use and I did put him under the dryer, but this is what it looks like just using your fingers to do it. And as you can see, it is not really set like you would want it to be set. So coming up is me doing the actual install of his locks. So here we are. Okay, so for the official lock process, which is going to take place today, third time's the charm, I'm going to be using all the materials basically that I've been introducing him to. So when I first did his retwist, I did his twist, I did it with my fingers, and then I went on to add it with a comb, but I did not have the right comb. I had just like a regular comb. I didn't have a lock comb. But I went out to purchase a lock comb. I went out to purchase more clips because his locks are thick and I need to be able to have them to lay down during the drying process as much as possible. Some wig caps. This is only one pack, but I have multiple. And I'm gonna wash his hair today. I'm only going to use shampoo, and I'm only going to do it once because you only have a certain amount of time with Denzel. So I'm going to wash his hair once with the almond and avocado. He doesn't really do bad. Like, his scalp doesn't do bad. I mean, he's a kid. So it's like, you know, I just want to give him a nice thorough wash because it's been about since we put this in his head. So 3 weeks or so, 3 weeks to a month that that I've washed his hair. So I want to make sure to wash his hair. I got my mist to continue to resaturate it, like if it dries out as we are installing the locks. And then I have oil. Of course, that's the protective style oil. And then I have Nairobi styling foam, which I really like. Like I said, I got a barber comb. You really need the taper. The taper is very important when doing comb coils. I think that's going to help his thicker locks stay in place. I have gloves because I normally always use gloves, but I really need them today because this evening I'm going to go and get my nail fixed and get a feel, but this helps to keep from the snags and stuff. So having gloves on while I am washing his hair, it's not really going to be in the way whenever it comes to retwisting it because it's my middle finger. If it is, I just pick up another pair of gloves. Again, I got the double prong ones because he has thick locks. And I did the 80 pack. He only has like 19, I think. But I got the 80 pack because I need to be able to put multiple on there. And for him not to be uncomfortable. Like, if it hurts a little bit, he like, take that off of me, mama, and stop right now. So the point is to keep him as comfortable as possible while we're going through this. And then I just got some new rags that he needed. He has 2 already, but they play all day and get dirty and wet and stuff. So I just needed multiple of those. But yeah, so I'm finna wash his hair. Probably not gonna record that part. I'm gonna wash his hair with this, and then I'm gonna come back and show you all the final install of his locks. This is his hair. My kids, they get to have fun, but it is time to go ahead and set the style. So I'm hoping that with the lock comb I was talking about earlier, I'll really be able to get these hairs in because I've been doing like my fingers and stuff. Put that down. I've been doing my fingers, but I really want to make sure the hair stays locked in. While I wash it, I am going to use one of these wig caps. That's going to help the hair to stay in place as I'm washing it so that I'm not really messing up the parts that much, but I am still able to get the shampoo all over his hair. That's going to help it to stay in place, but still be able to be cleansed. So as we know, the perimeter of the hair does not have as much or is not as dense as the middle of one's head normally, usually. So his locks on the perimeter, like that one that you see me doing, and then like the one that's on the right side, like right above his ear, and then the left one on the other side, those I didn't really have to, I really just could retwist them. I really didn't have to go through and actually like detangle the whole lock. So if it had like a little bit of a budding that was already forming, I didn't want to disturb the locking process that had already started. So instead of taking this lock and like detangling the whole thing or whatever, I didn't do that. Now for the locks that are, look at my son. Now for the locks that are on the inside, and most of all the other locks, I did have to fully remove them and detangle them so that I can gather all of the hair up together and create one big, nice, neat lock. So that one you saw me doing kind of a retwist, but the rest of these you'll pretty much see me starting over. So again, it already had the hair parted. I just went in to try to straighten it up a little bit more using My Gel by Joy Naturals. Before I wasn't using anything other than the Nairobi foam. But for this, again, I did want to go ahead and set it in. I love My Gel by Joy Naturals because it is an absorbent gel. It does not just sit on your hair. It actually absorbs into it, so you don't have to worry about it being crunchy or like clogged up or anything, which is good. And I'm also showing you this in the beginning right now in real time because when it comes to kids, you really do need to take your time. Like, children shouldn't grow up thinking that it should hurt to get their hair done. Now, most kids tend to just have tender scalps, especially boys. Why that is, I do not know. But kids tend to usually have more tender scalps. So I'm showing you that I am really taking my time. I'm holding his head as tight, or the hair as tight as possible while I'm doing this. And also something that I want to note, this is not as smooth as normal lock installs would be. My normal lock process install would be to wash the hair, blow it out, clip the ends. And the reason why I say that part is because I wasn't able to just go through and slide and glide the comb through as I was doing his retwisting, like right here, right? So I would have to hold it, detangle it, and then try to like pick back up and twist it again. You have to be careful with that because you don't want those like little budges throughout. So whenever you do that, make sure that you go up a little bit above where you ended and then start the retwisting with the comb again. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, leave me a comment and I'll try to explain it a little bit better. But because I wasn't doing the entire process, we kind of already had, like, I just wasn't going to do all of that for my boy. It did take me having to really take my time and constantly detangle and stuff like that. And sometimes you have to do that depending on who it is or whatnot. So yeah, I wanted to say that part so that you know to make sure you take time. And also I said that because his locks are extremely thick, so which made it a little bit more work. So if you are installing someone's locks, it is, to me, I think best to start with their hair in a stretch state. It helps with the parting to make sure the parts are nice and neat. But then you get the hair in a stretch state, you get to clip the ends, and you don't have to worry about the tangling part of it as you are trying to install the locks. So yeah, so again, all you see me doing is applying my products as I see fit. I like to add the Nairobi as I am detangling the hair. It just kind of helps it like loosen up a little bit. And another thing, my son has a moving scalp. So he doesn't like people to touch his head. His scalp moves, he's tender-headed, and he don't like people in his personal space. So we did. But when we first put the locks in, he was actually like, I probably had finished this first row and then like 2 on the second row, and he asked me to see it, and he was like, wow, mama. So I was really happy and excited that he was happy with what we were doing with his hair, you know. So he'll continue to get his line up, as you've seen. When they go to the barbershop, or dad may just start back with doing it, especially because it's not the whole head, you know. So yeah, this is super. I'm excited. He's excited. His brother swears he wants his hair done, but you touch that boy's head, he's about to cry. So we tried growing his hair out. We were going to do braids for him while we did locks for Denzel, but I mean, we couldn't even wash his hair without him like crying because it hurt so much. And I'm just, again, not going to put kids through that. And so this is a good style for my son to keep his hair done. When it grows and gets longer and they mature, they're going to be absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking. If you have any questions about installing locks, or if you need tips with children who need a little extra assistance with things like getting their hair done, then just leave them in the comments, and I'll try my best to respond back in a timely excuse me, that will help you all. I am going to be quiet and let you continue to watch the rest of his install. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for all my returning subscribers. Thank you to those who are new to my channel. I have a ton of informative videos for you all, and some where you guys can just look and learn. I love those too. Thank you all, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace and blessings. If you are located in the Central Texas area, like Waco, Dallas, even a little further down south, Houston, Austin, and you are interested in receiving braid services or lock services from me, I have started back braiding and doing natural hair services as a traveling braider. So if you are interested in receiving a service from me and you're in the Central Texas area, definitely send me an email to resemblemebyrobin@gmail.com. I'll be sure to leave that in the description box so that you're able to just click the link and get straight to it. But I am back in business and ready to start moving and grooving with braids and natural hairstyles. I have adapted to a full service braidery. That's what I like to call it. So what that means is that whenever you do receive any type of services from me, whether it's braids or Marley twist, you will receive hair care prior to. So washing and conditioning, blowing out, just normal treatment to your hair before you put your braids in or before you get your braids installed is what I also offer at every appointment. So that's something for you guys to know. You don't have to worry about doing anything to your hair other than making sure that it's out of its previous style and it's fully detangled so that when I come to you, I'm able to do all the things that you do not want to do. You can leave that to me. The only thing is that, of course, when I'm going to be visiting your home is for you to have that area nice and sanitized and clean, the area that I'm going to be washing your hair, and somewhere for you to sit that's comfortable and where I can put my items. But other than that, all you have to do is sit there and get your hair done. Okay, so full service braidery. For your protective style needs. I am not doing all of these styles that I used to do. I'm being smart and strategic about it. I do still have a baby girl who is growing, and because I'll be traveling to people's homes, I just want to be really smart about it. So I do have only a certain amount of or certain services that you are able to book. But again, send me an email at resemblemebyrobin@gmail.com so we can get you braided.